Laryngitis. What's going on, Secoya Nation? Dr. Schilling bringing you today's wellness wisdom. So, talking about inability to speak. Talked about that yesterday, 2 days ago, excuse me. And laryngitis, like inflammation of the laryngeal muscles and the vocal cords and things like that. And it's like either raspy voice or inability to speak, stuff like that. So, if you or someone you know has struggled with or is struggling with laryngitis, then here's some information. So, one of the themes that's related to is when the words that were spoken or the sounds that were made were better off not having been spoken or made. Okay, so it's like the brain has this conflict, like, I shouldn't have said that, so it then restricts the ability to produce the sounds through the vocal cords, through the larynx, the laryngitis, inflammation of the larynx, if you will. When there is a death fright conflict, I hate using the exact terms because like people are like death fright conflict, holy crap. But a death fright conflict, so extreme fear surrounding death. So if you're like, oh, and you can't speak, it's almost like you got this tension in your body, nothing's coming out, almost you're like holding your breath. That's kind of what we're talking about here as far as affecting the larynx and the ability to speak. When you feel an extreme level of anger, even spite towards someone, but you can't speak it, it's almost like your mind and your body conspire to you not being able to express it through the larynx, and that can be frustrating, especially if it's in a family member, because one of the things in the literature talks about no affirmation by the family, so feeling a lack of affirmation from the family. Typically parents, could be siblings though, comes in different flavors, and you could actually feel like you're not belonging. You might feel like the black sheep, if you will. So that can be relevant for not being able to say what you need to say or want to say to your family in the event that you're feeling a lack of acceptance or not included in the family, if you will. In some cases, there is the genealogy stress or the stress like in the womb. Like there could be, so when you're a fetus, you pick up everything, right? I forget what month or what week of gestation it turns on as far as your awareness of the situation, but when you're a fetus in the mother's womb, you're hearing sounds, you're hearing voices, if you will, vibrations. You're aware of stress because the hormones all pass through the placenta, and the fetus experiences basically everything the mother experiences. So if there's tension or even conversation about either the mother or the father or both not wanting the pregnancy, that energy reverberates into the placenta through the cortisol and through the vibrations of the sound, and, things like that. And then that can cause the predisposition of someone to have maybe recurrent laryngitis throughout their life because they have a psychological memory of the time when they were in the womb relating to discussions or sensations or feelings that they had surrounding the perception that the mother or father didn't want the pregnancy. So these are some things to consider when you're thinking about laryngitis and the struggle to speak, inability to speak, and things like that. So if you didn't catch the video on aphasia, which is like literally inability to speak, like laryngitis is like inflammation, but aphasia is like you can't really speak. So that involves the brain and the Broca's and the Wernicke's areas of the left temporal and motor cortexes. So check that one out if you have an interest, because it relates to this in similar ways. But otherwise, leave your comments below if you feel like it's beneficial to learn this or share this with someone. Please feel free to do so that other people can understand their brain and their body, and how sometimes when we get these disconnects due to the conflicts, it results in a symptom. Okay, so the issues aren't in the tissues, the issues are in the psyche and how it perceives the world and how you fit into the world, and then when the mind affects the brain then affects the body, and it tends to get a little goofy at times if the stress is unrelenting and the conflict goes unresolved. All right, appreciate you, love you. You guys have a great night. Bye.